Good evening, everyone. My name is Sahitya Pawan. Today, we are going to discuss about the circular queue and linear queue in data structures. First of all, queue is an application where queue is an application like the first in will be the last out. Like, I can say an example practically in the queue. When you reserve the table in the hotel, the the person first who book the table will be the person who will come and first serve. So as likewise, you need to create the queue, and you can also say the toll gate thing. The first will who's comes to the first toll gate will be the one who will execute as the first, and the people who are remaining at the last to wait until the first person should uh, remove he has gone out from the toll gate. I think the restaurant example is better. So here I've created a class about to explain the queue, include IOStream using namespace std and class queue. And these are the private members SOQ, sum of queue, friend, it's a pointer, rear, and int sum, public queue, int, void enqueue, int sum, and these are the all the functions which I just want to give, but I didn't use any of them, but I just used the four of them called enqueue, dequeue, display, and is full, is empty. That's the thing, I didn't give the size number of it. It's just size. If you want to know about the size of a queue, you just need to give the for loop to run it from the top to bottom, and you need to display the elements and you need to make a count on it. Here the constructor where I created the q is equal to mu int c, sum of q is equal to c, front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1. So here we can say that the queue is empty. So to enqueue an element in it, I have given an attribute int num. If is empty is equal to -1, like this is a function if front is equal to 0, rear is equal to 0, q of rear is equal to num. If else, if it's full 0 0 plus rear, q of rear is equal to num. So the element will be entered into the rear and it will store into the q of rear. And the dequeue an element, front is equal to rear, front -1 and rear is equal to -1, else plus front. So there's a in queue, it's not like a stack. You have a front and rear in a queue. The elements first come in the front, first will be going to the front, and the element within the last is a rear. So if you want to dequeue an element from the queue, it will the first element will be gone out first, so it's plus front, and the next element of the previous element of the front will be the head. And int q peak is the it's like the peak value of the front value will be displayed. And as you see in the size, if front is equal to -1, return 0, return minus front plus 1. So it's like it's asking for the rear minus n plus 1 will be the exact value of the queue, size of the queue. And it empty, if front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1, return 1, else return 0. For this empty, we can use the function bool if is empty. So if it's true, then we can call it and we can make it is it empty or not. Here I have given bool q is full. It will call the function. If it's full, it will return 1, else it will return 0. And displaying the queue, I just given a for loop int I is equal to front, I is greater than or equal to rear, I minus minus. If it's empty, the queue will be empty, and or else it will be display the elements which is there in the queue. Int main, and I have given the main function to it. Capacity ch an element here. I given that enter the capacity of the queue, so you can enter how much your capacity of the queue do you want, and queue of capacity while one, like we are running a while loop to get a menu enqueue dequeue display and exit, and I'm calling the each function of the program, and I'll just in each and every case to display the to show you the element. As you see now, we'll just run it. It's asking for the capacity of the queue. I just given 4 to NQ 12 23 43 21. So now let us see if you given an extra element to it. See, it will close the program. Like I didn't given the stack is full, so it will close the program. So let us try it again. I given the 2 this time and q 21 and 1 1 2. So I'll just display it this time. As you see, the elements in the queue are the 12 and 21, and after the 2 we want to dequeue it. The element that need to the queue will be given, and the 3, the elements that in the queue are, it will display this 12. As you see, you are given as you see the elements which have been like the first element I have created is 21, the second element is 12. So the first element, the 21, is popped out like dequeued, and the only remaining element is there. As you see, this is the application, this is the queue, so you can use a queue like this. And the application of queue, as you said, the restaurant example. I hope you got about the queue. Let us get to the circular queue. Circular queue is like the queue in the the circular queue is a circular queue where the front and rear will be the element when if it's 1. So after entering the more elements, the front and rear will be changed, and but it will be side by side. I define the size 10 and interior. It's the most of the program will be the same, similar to the linear queue, but there is one particular thing which is makes the difference between the linear and circular queue. While entering it using the rear is equal to rear plus 1 mod of size, the size if you given 5, and the rear will be assigned like the rear is the n of the element, so n plus 1 mod of size makes the queue. If it's 5, n plus 1 mod of size 6 mod of 5, it will be 1. And in the first position, area of rear is equal to x, and the cout and like inserted that element. And the req, it's the same thing. Y is equal to front is equal to rear, front is equal to minus 1, and rear is equal to minus 1. Else front minus plus 1 mod of rear, because the element in the queue will be dequeued from the front, so it will be, and the return y, so the dequeued element will be stored in y and returned to us. And display the element, as you know, to display the element I of front, I of, if I is not equal to rear, I is equal to I plus 1 mod of size, so it will pop out the element from the queue. And it's the same thing to display the thing. So let us run it. It's asking for the enter size. I'm giving 5 nq 1 2 inserted 1 2 21 31. So I will just ask it to display it. So these are the elements which is present in the circular queue 12 21 31. Now I'll make it to dequeue. So element dequeue, let us display it. See, 21 and 12, the first element which is entered will be the dequeued element, and the rear 2, front 1. Here the rear element is 2 and the front is equal to 0. When you popped out, the front element is popped out and rear are 2. As you have seen, this is the program of circular queue and the linear queue. I hope you enjoyed the class. Let us meet in the next class. Thank you. This is your Ajay Pawan signing off.